Installing a regulator and flow meter. Begin by removing any protective plugs or covers from the cylinder's delivery valve. Stand aside from the cylinder and quickly open and then close the delivery valve. This is done to dislodge any possible dirt from the valve seat and from the threaded section. The regulator and flow meter assembly can now be installed onto the cylinder. Remove any dust covers or tape before fitting. Thread the bullnose connector by hand into the delivery valve. Then, using a correct fitting spanner, tighten the connector nut. Make sure that the flow meter is in an upright position when the connection has been secured. Next, we connect the delivery hose to the outlet connector on the regulator. This connection must be firmly secured using a correct fitting spanner. The opposite end of the delivery hose is connected to the inlet side of a gas valve situated in the machine. This connection must be secured firmly using a correctly fitting spanner. Remember that, on a simple system, the gas delivery hose is fed directly to the torch. Control of the gas flow is made with the torch valve. Regardless of which system you have, and before opening the cylinder, check that the flow meter control valve is fully closed. Now, standing aside the cylinder so as not to be facing the gauge, open the valve slowly by about 1 turn. This precaution will avoid damage to the regulator and injury to you through the possible bursting of a gauge. The pressure reading on the gauge indicates the pressure inside the cylinder, not the pressure in the supply line. Open the flow meter's control valve. This will allow gas at around 2 bars pressure to fill the torch line or the supply line to the machine. When the gas cylinder and the flow control valve are open, we must check for and rectify any leaks that may be present. Start at the regulator and flow meter and listen for any hissing sound at the connections. Move along the gas line and check at each connection point for leaks. If you are in a noisy area, then apply a little soapy water to the joints. Bubbles indicate that there is a leak. Most leaks are caused by loose or poorly fitted connectors and can usually be rectified by tightening the connector nut firmly. Remember that a leak can also occur at the back cap if the O-ring is damaged or missing. The flow rate, stated in litres per minute, is set at the flow meter whilst gas is flowing through the system and out of the torch. If the torch is connected directly to the regulator, then we simply need to open the torch valve and observe the floating ball. Adjust the flow control valve until the ball floats at the desired flow rate. By way of example, this reading is 10 litres per minute. When you have adjusted the flow to the desired amount, close the torch valve. The flow will return to this setting when you next open the torch valve in order to perform a weld. The procedure for setting the gas flow on machines that have remote gas control is typically as follows. Make sure that the work lead is attached to the work or safely placed away from the machine and the electrode lead. Next, set the remote contactor switch to the remote position and switch the machine on. Now activate the foot pedal, or, as applicable, the thumb switch, which will trigger the gas valve solenoid in the machine, thereby permitting the gas to flow to the torch. Adjust the flow rate in the manner described earlier, whilst the gas is flowing through the torch. Remember that actual flow rate settings for particular applications are provided in your learner's guide.